all the way down onto your back. We'll get started in supported bridge. So grabbing a block or a pillow if you don't have one, and pressing into the feet, lift your hips, place a block underneath the sacrum. That's the bony part just above the glutes. Now you can have the block on the first setting or place it on the second setting for a little more intensity. The arms can be down by the sides, palms facing up for receiving energy, or palms facing down to ground yourself. And just taking a few moments here, close the eyes or soften the gaze, allowing the back body to be supported and finding an opening in the front side body. Taking this time on your mat to clear away anything that you're still holding on to, or maybe getting yourself ready for the day. And throughout practice, I really want to encourage you to move with intention, with purpose. Focusing on taking full, deep, steady breaths throughout your practice. If you want, you can always extend the legs further out. This will get into the hip flexors. We'll be here for a couple more rounds of breath, focusing on lengthening the inhale and the exhale, collecting any scattered energy, really allowing yourself to be right here in the present moment. Bringing the feet back to the ground, pressing into your feet, lift the hips and slide the block away. Slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time, tailbone is last to touch. Hug the knees in towards the chest and just start to rock side to side, massaging out any tension, stress from your day. We'll be coming into an easy twist next. Drop the knees towards the left. Arms can be out at shoulder height, or maybe reach them overhead. Scooting the hips more towards the center of the mat to deepen. Maybe feeling a gentle opening across the chest, keeping both shoulders heavy on the ground. Finding that steady breath in and breath out. Couple more rounds of breath here. See if you can allow yourself to settle into the stillness. So oftentimes we're trying to move around, getting a million things done. So just allowing yourself to be for these first couple moments of class. Taking your time, coming back through center, we'll switch to the other side. Drop your knees to the right, scoot the hips towards the left. Feel the gentle rise of the belly on your inhales, and feel the fall on your exhales. Seeing if you can take fuller, deeper breaths. On the in-breath, drawing in, and on the exhale, letting go. Inhales, breathing in fresh new energy. Exhales, letting go of anything stale, anything not serving you. About 2 more full, deep rounds of breath here. Taking your time, we'll come back in through center for bridge pose. Feet to the ground, hip width distance, heels in towards the glutes. Press into your feet, lift the hips up towards the sky. Pressing into the earth, squeeze your glutes, activate your thighs and your core. Option, shimmy the shoulders underneath, interlacing hands behind your low back. Take 2 more full deep rounds of breath here. And then release the hands, slowly lower down, tailbone last to touch. Pause at the bottom. Breath in and breath out. Second set. Press into the feet, lift the hips. Weight into your left foot. Reach the right foot forward. Keep the thighs in one line. Flexing through the foot, squeeze your left glute. For 3, for 2, for 1. Releasing your right foot back down to the ground. Switch it out. Extend your left foot forward. So it's not going towards the ceiling, it's going forward. Keep the hips square. Focusing on your right glute. Keep pressing the earth away. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Release. Slowly lower all the way back down. Pause at the bottom. Breath in and breath out. Find tabletop legs. Draw the knees over the hips. Flex your feet. Take your hands and press them against your thighs. We want to activate the core. Feel the belly pulled in towards the spine and keep the low back connected to the ground. Finding that resistance, keep pressing your hands into your thighs and your thighs back into your hands. It may not look like much, but if the belly's pulled in, you'll find it awake and on fire. Almost there. Stick with it. Keep breathing. And release. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Find a little rock side to side. Let it go. When you're ready, start to rock forward and back along the length of your spine. If that doesn't feel good, roll over to one side and start to press yourself up. We'll meet in a tabletop position, bringing shoulders over wrist and stacking your hips over your knees. Spread the fingers wide. Moving through cat-cow. On your inhale, drop your belly, lift your heart and the tailbone, gaze up. On your exhale, cat, press the earth, round the spine, gaze towards your belly. On the inhales, cow pose, heart pulls forward. And exhales, cat, arching the spine, pressing the earth away. Move through a couple more rounds. Now this is time to really establish breath to movement connection. So moving at your pace. And take this time, explore your body. Move hips side to side. Maybe take a moment, flip the hands, paying attention to the wrist. Really make this practice your own. We'll come back into neutral tabletop. Grounded side plank. Left hand roots down, extend the right leg back. Reach the right fingertips to the hip or up towards the sky. You're stacking the right side over the left. Open across the chest. Start to reach the fingertips forward towards the front of your room. Energy through fingertips, through toes. Reach the arm back up. Release. Coming back through center. Second side, right hand roots. Left leg extends back. Just match your layer to the other side. Stacking the left side over the right. Option to reach the left fingertips forward. Engaging the side bodies, waking up the obliques. Reach back up. Left hand returns down to the ground. Come back to center. Downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. We'll be here for a few moments. Pedal it out, bending one knee and then the other. Relax the shoulder blades away from the ears and reaching the chest towards the thighs. We'll come into stillness. If the hamstrings are tight, bend the knees. Bringing the gaze forward. Step the feet behind the wrist, ragdoll. Feet are hip-width distance. Hang heavy, reaching towards opposite elbows. You can gently rock side to side, shaking the head yes and no. Any tension, any stress, rolling off the shoulders, away from the mat. Maybe play around with shifting your weight forward and back into your feet, really tuning into your center. Releasing the hands down, left hand to the center of the mat, bend your left knee and open up towards the right. Right hand to the hip or extend the fingertips towards the sky. You'll notice a stretch along the outside of the right leg and hip. If it's in your practice, right hand to the low back or left hip crease. Keep the heart open, your spine long. Breathe deeply. Gently reach back up and release. Switch it out, right hand roots. Bend your right knee, left hand to hip, towards the sky. Or taking the left hand to the low back or right hip crease. Just see if you can find that same variation. Maybe notice any differences between the two sides. Tune into where you feel the sensation in your body and sending your breath towards it. Release the hand, lower it down, hang heavy. Toe heel your feet together or keep a wider stance and slowly roll all the way up to standing. Stack bone on top of bone. And at the top, lift the shoulders up, roll them down and back. A couple more times. Relax the shoulders down, hands to heart center. Close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take a moment. Tune into your intention, your purpose for this practice. On an inhale, breathe it in. And an open mouth exhale, share it out. Blink the eyes open, release the arms down. Sun A, reach the arms overhead, palms face in. Feel the feet rooted, lifting up through the side waist. Gentle back bend, cactus the arms, elbows in line with shoulders. Lift your chest. Reaching the arms back overhead. Forward fold. Hinge from your hips, maybe a soft bend in the knees. Fold all the way down. We'll move into halfway lift. Hands to the shins, ground, or thighs. Flat back. Heart reaches forward. Tailbone lengthens back. Belly pulled in to protect your lower back. Release. Step the left foot back. Drop the back knee. Runner's lunge. Option, place blocks underneath the hands or tent the fingertips on the ground. Send the heart forward, breathing into your left hip flexor, your left psoas. Keep the gaze focused and strong. We'll come into half splits. Send the hips back, flexing through the right foot. You can always move the foot forward. Draw the right hip back, and when you're ready, fold in. Breathing into the back of the right leg, the hamstring. Maybe a soft bend in the knee if it feels tight. Notice, keep the hips stacked over the back knee so you're not sitting past it. Let go of any tension you're holding in your face. Soften the jaw, the forehead. Gently start to unwind. Bend into your front knee. Tuck your left toes, lift the knee, and lightly step forward. fold in, halfway lift. This time we'll step the right foot back, plant the hands, drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Allowing the hips to sink forward, keeping the chest lifted. Breathing into the right hip flexor, the right psoas. Tuning in, notice any tightness. Breathe into the sensation. Send the hips back, half splits. Flexing through your left foot, drawing your left hip back, your right hip forward. Lengthen in the spine, and then gently fold in. Breathing into the back of the left leg. Let go of any tensing, holding, or gripping. Use your breath, keeping it steady and continuous. Gently unwind, bend into the left knee. This time, plant the hands to high plank. Tuck the back toes. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Long line of energy, heart reaching forward, heels pressing back. Lower your knees to the ground. Elbows stay in by the sides and lower all the way down to your belly. We'll come into baby cobra. Hands stay underneath the shoulders. On an inhale, head, chest, shoulders lifts up. Breathe here. Little weight in the hands. Press into the tops of the feet, into the thigh bones, and then slowly lower down. Downward facing dog. Send the hips back. Tuck the toes. Take a moment here. Breath in. Breath out. One more breath in. Breath out. Gaze towards your hands. Step or lightly hop top of your mat. Halfway lift, find length. Fold back in. We'll flow through with a flat back on your inhale. Rise all the way up to standing. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Draw the energy in. One breath cycle here. Release the arms down. Inhale, expand up. Exhale, gentle back bend. Cactus the arms. Open across the collarbone. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge from the hips, dive down. Inhale, halfway lift, find length. This time, step the right foot back first. Runner's lunge, drop the knee, reach your heart forward. Breathe. Send the hips back, half splits, flex through the foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Couple rounds of breath here. Waking up the hips, the hamstrings. Bend into your front knee, plant the hands, lift the back knee, and step forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot steps back, runner's lunge, drop the back knee, send the heart forward. Half splits, send the hips back. Flex your foot, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Soften on your exhales, finding your depth, your edge. Bend into the front knee, plant the hands, high plank, step it back. This time full chaturanga, shift forward. Keep your elbows in. Lower halfway down. Avoid going past the shoulders. Inhale, up dog, tops of the feet on the ground, thighs and knees lift up. Drop your left knee down, gaze over the right shoulder. Come back to center. Drop your right knee, gaze over the left. Come back to center, down dog. Send the hips up and back. Pause here. Deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Bring your gaze forward. Bottom of your exhale, step or lightly hop. Inhale, halfway lift, elongate your spine. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, flat back. Rise all the way up to standing, arms float overhead. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breath in, breath out. Release the arms down. Inhale, expand up, grow tall. Exhale, deepest back bend yet. Inhale, reach. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, long spine, flat back. Exhale, step the left foot back, low lunge. Keep the back knee lifted. Low lunge twist. Left hand roots down, right hand reaches up. For more stability, keep the back knee down. Focus on a long spine and opening across the chest. If it's in your practice, horizon. Come onto the edge of the feet. Drop the hips down, reaching the right fingertips back. You'll feel a stretch along the outside of the left leg. Keep pressing the earth away. Taking your time, slowly come back to center, plant the hands, drop the back knee, half splits, send the hips back. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. One more time, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Beautiful. Last time, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. This time, hang here. Breathe into it. This time, we're going to come into extended pyramid. Maybe grab your blocks. Keep the length long, straighten both legs. The back heel probably won't touch the ground. Keep drawing the right hip back. Maybe a micro bend in the knee. When you're ready, on an inhale, lengthen. And on an exhale, fold in deeper. Really tuning into the back of the right leg. Can you be right here with your breath in the present moment? Take your time, bend into the front knee, lightly step forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. This time, right leg steps back, low lunge. Right hand roots down. Left fingertips reach up towards the sky. Keep the right side waist lifted and long. Open across the chest. If you did so on the other side, come into horizon. Fall onto the edges of the feet. Drop the hips down. Energy through the fingertips. Steady breath. Take your time. Return back to center. Dropping your back knee. Half splits. Send the hips back. Lengthen in your spine, and on your exhale, fold in to deepen. So on the inhales, lengthen, and on the exhales, fold. Beautiful. One more time. Move with your breath. This time, hang heavy. Bending into your front knee, extended pyramid. Tuck the back toes. Straighten both legs and send the hips back. The stance will be long. Use blocks to help bring the ground to you. Draw the left hip up and back, the right hip down and forward. Maybe a gentle micro bend in the front knee. So remember, we're never pushing past our edge, we're hanging just around it. Bend into your front knee, step forward, fold in, hang heavy. Moving into Sun B, chair pose, send the hips back, reach the arms overhead, deep bend in the knees, tailbone heavy, belly pulled up and in. See if you can sit a little deeper. Energy reaching through the fingertips. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. We'll take a breath in, and on your exhale, fly the arms down and back, airplane arms. Kiss your shoulder blades together and squeeze your triceps. Releasing, straighten the legs, reach the arms overhead, forward fold, dive straight back down, hang heavy at the bottom. Inhale, elongate the spine, step your left foot back, come into low lunge, keep the back knee lifted, crescent lunge. Bringing the hands to the hips for a moment, focus on squaring the hips, right hip back, left hip forward, and then reaching the arms overhead. Feel as if you're scissoring the inner thighs towards each other. Back heel comes over the back toes. Lifting up through the side waist and soften in the shoulders. Warrior 2, back heel spins down, open up. Deepen in the front knee. If you need some movement, find it. Energy in the arms. Gazing past the front hand, find your drishti. Where are you directing your energy? Focus on your breath. Allow it to be your guide, your anchor. Reverse your warrior. Reach up and back on an inhale. Breathing here, little weight in the back hand or take a half bind. Lift the right rib cage up and away from the right hip bone. Sink deep into the right thigh. Take your time, plant your hands, step back to high plank. Flow through chaturanga or feel free to skip. Lower halfway down. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We'll flow through the right side, breath to movement. Reach your right leg high, toes pointing down, keep the hips square. On an exhale, step it through, keep your core nice and tight, low lunge. With control, crescent lunge, arms reach overhead. Exhale, warrior 2, open up. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reach up and back. Exhale, plant the hands. High to low plank option, float the right foot, ekapada for an added challenge. Remember, you can always simply hold high plank, still building strength. Down dog, deep inhale, and cleansing open mouth exhale. Gaze forward, step or lightly hop, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Chair pose. Send the hips back. Inhale, arms sweep overhead. And exhale, airplane arms, fly them down and back. Inhale, straighten the legs, grow tall. And exhale, forward fold, releasing down. Inhale, lengthen your spine. This time, step your right foot back, low lunge to crescent lunge. Rise up, hands to the hips for a moment. Squaring your hips, left hip back, right hip forward, sending the arms overhead. Keep your belly pulled up and in, and knitting the low ribs in so they're not splaying out. Relax the shoulders away from the ears, cultivating a strong mind and a strong body. Warrior 2, open up. Deep bend into the front knee, knee stacking over the ankle. Press into the back edge of your right foot. Sometimes we pay too much attention to the front leg. Make sure you're activating the back leg as well. Feel as if the energy of the legs is drawing in towards your midline. Reverse your warrior on an inhale. Breathe here. Option to find a half bind. Sink deep into the left quad. Lengthen through your left side waist. When you're ready, plant your hands, step it back, flow through a vinyasa. Be mindful of each movement. Sometimes we tend to rush through our chaturangas. Make sure you're building that strength in your body. Downward facing dog. We'll move through the left side, breath to movement. Sending your left leg up towards the sky, toes point down, spin the inner thigh up. On your exhale, stepping it through, keep the belly pulled in. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior 2, open up. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reach up and back. Exhale, flow it through. Option, float your left toes, ekapada. Halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. We'll flow through one more time. This time we'll be adding on, so listen for the changes. Inhale, right leg high, and exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge, arm sweep overhead, and exhale, warrior 2. Straighten your front leg, triangle pose. You can always shorten your stance. Send the hips back, reach forward. Once you can't go further, then tick-tock the arms. Right hand down to the shin, left fingertips reach up towards the sky. Keep your right side waist long. Open across your chest. Option, reach the left fingertips forward, framing the ear. Option, right hand reaches forward, activating obliques for 3, 2, 1. Rise up. Star pose, heels and toes out. Reach arms overhead. Exhale, goddess, bend into the knees, elbows in by the sides, palms face up. Inhale, expand. Exhale, goddess, sit low. Move with your breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, goddess. Hold here. Float your left heel up. Tiny pulses for 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Right heel lifts. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. This time both heels lift up. Balance challenge. Keep your heart lifted. Shoulders stacked over the hips. Release. Expand up. Warrior 2, bend back into your front knee. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, flow it through. High to low plank or your variation. Always finding what you need in your practice at this moment. Sometimes you slow it down. Sometimes you add in challenge. Second side. On your next inhale, lifting your left leg high, toes point down. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up with control. Exhale, warrior 2. Straighten through your front leg. Triangle pose, option to shorten the stance. Reaching forward. Hands to 6 and 12 o'clock. Left side waist stays long. Energy reaching through the fingertips, little weight in the bottom hand. Option, left hand reaches forward, and then right arm reaches as well. Strong obliques for 3, 2, 1. Rise up. Star pose, heels and toes out. Exhale, goddess, sit low. 2 more times, move with your breath, finding your flow. This time, hold here. Hands to heart center, straighten the legs. Turn the toes and parallel the feet, prasarita. Fold forward. Hands release down to the ground or to some blocks. We'll add in a twist. Left hand comes to the center and in front of you. Open up towards the right hand to your hip, or start to reach the fingertips towards the sky. Keep your spine long, your heart lifted. Option to take your right hand to your low back or your left hip crease. Keep drawing the left hip up and back so the hips stay even. Releasing. Hang heavy, switch it out. Right hand roots, left hand to the hip or up towards the sky. Reaching through the crown of your head, left shoulder softens down and back. Option to take a half bind. Keep the hips centered, the spine long, and then release. Hang heavy at the bottom. Breath here. With a flat back, the arms reach out at shoulder height. Rise all the way up to standing. Keep the belly pulled in. Warrior 2, bend into the left knee. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, flow it through. Vinyasa. Keeping your core strong, elbows in. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. I'm sure you have built up some inner heat, so gazing forward, we'll step, coming into Malasana squat. Toe heel the feet out towards the edges of the mat, heels and toes out. Sit the hips low. Option, placing a block underneath you. Taking this time to really return to your center, coming back to your breath, eyes closed, or soft gaze. Notice what's arising in your practice. Where are you physically, mentally, energetically? Release the hands, open the eyes, lift the hips, toe heel your feet back together. Halfway lift, find length. Plant the hands and step back to high plank or tabletop. We'll move into side plank or grounded side plank like we did at the beginning of class. Left hand to the center, roll onto the left edge of the feet, stacking the right side over the left. Maybe you start to float the top leg. Keep pressing the earth away. Strong in the side bodies. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Releasing back down. Forearm plank. Lower down to your forearms. Moving into a little bit of core work. So later on in class, we're going to be coming into half moon. We need a strong core, strong side bodies. Long line of energy. Chest reaching forward, heels pressing back. Stay strong. Stick with it. We're almost there. Drop the knees. Lower all the way down to your belly. Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath shoulders. Forearms creating the shape of a number 11. Feel as if you're drawing the elbows in towards the body as if you're dragging yourself forward, finding a stretch in the belly, a gentle back bend. If you want to deepen, turn the fingertips towards the edges of the mat and then gently float the elbows away from the ground. Any discomfort in the low back, come immediately back down. When you're ready, lower down, stack the hands underneath the forehead, bending the knees, windshield wiper the feet side to side, finding a release, letting it go. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, child's pose, hips to heels, knees out wide, toes touching, forehead resting on the mat. Take a few moments of breath here. If it feels good, gently rock the forehead side to side. Massage out any tension, stress, or expectations. On every exhale, allow yourself to soften and deepen even more. Take your time, come back to tabletop, or return to high plank. We'll move into the second side. Right hand to the center of the mat, rooting down. Come onto the edge of the feet, stacking the left side body over the right. Press the earth away, creating this rainbow shape in the body, so make sure that the hips aren't dipping down. Option, float your left foot up towards the sky. Stay strong, stay committed, you can do it. Almost there. Release the foot down. Release the left hand. Once again, forearm plank. Last time, I promise. Hold here. Make sure that your hips don't dip down and you're not sending them up towards the sky. Long line of energy. You can do it. Strengthen your core. Strengthen your mind. Lower the knees. Drop all the way down to the belly. Nice job. Hands underneath the shoulders. Cobra. Legs are hip-width distance. Option to just take baby cobra. Press into the hands. You can stay here or start to press up, straightening the arms, keeping a micro bend. Remember, there shouldn't be any pain in your body. Shoulders away from the ears. One more breath here. And then slowly lower down. Drop your right ear to the mat. Heels falling open, arms down by the sides. Allow yourself to come into stillness. Feel the gentle rise and fall of the belly breath. Noticing your heartbeats. Feeling your body awake and alive. Fresh energy flowing through. Bow pose. Bend the knees. Reach your hands back. Take a hold of the tops of the feet. Make sure to keep the knees in line with the hips so the knees aren't splaying out. When you're ready, kick your feet into your hands, lifting the chest. Weight comes into the soft part of the belly. Keep kicking. This is a back bend. Heart is reaching. Find your breath. It's okay if you move around a little bit. And gently release. Drop the left ear to the mat. Feel free to windshield wiper the legs to release in the lower back if you need to. Just a couple rounds of breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. Feel the support of the ground. Take your time, press into the hands, tuck the toes, either press up to tabletop or high plank, return to down dog. Send the hips up and back. Deep inhale and cleansing exhale. One more full breath cycle here. Inhale, reach your right leg high. On your exhale, draw the knee in towards the nose. Shift forward to high plank. Pull the belly in. Inhale, extending the right leg back up. On your exhale, right knee to right tricep. Inhale, leg high. This time, right knee to left elbow drawed across. You can hold here or fallen star, extending the right foot out, root down through your right hand. Left fingertips reach up towards the sky, maybe floating the right foot for challenge. Left hand back down, use your core, inhale, send the right leg back up. On your exhale, step through to low lunge. Pyramid pose. Straighten both legs and shorten your stance about 3 feet apart. Draw your right hip back and your left hip down and forward. Option, take your blocks, place them underneath your hands to help you reach the ground. Inhale, find length in the spine, and on your exhale, fold in. Once again, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Couple rounds of breath here. Maybe bringing a soft bend into the front knee if the hamstring feels tight. Send your breath towards the sensation. Now you can stay here or adding on a twist. The left hand roots down or bring it to a block. Lengthen in your spine and then start to twist the torso towards the right. Right hand can be at your hip or start to reach the right fingertips towards the sky. Gently spinning the heart up. Soften the right shoulder down and back. Keep drawing your right hip up. Take another round of breath here. And then gently release back down. This time, take the block into the right hand for half moon pose. Bringing your weight into your right foot and then lightly float the left leg up. Start to stack the left side body over the right. Hand can stay at the hip or reach the fingertips towards the sky. Gazing down for balance or up for challenge. Flexing through your left foot, imagine there's a wall behind it. And then rooting down through your right leg. Option to add on if you feel sturdy, bend the floating leg, reaching towards the foot. Kicking the foot into your hand. Maybe bringing the right hand to your chest for an added balance challenge. Keep pressing into your right big toe. And then gently extend back out. Left hand to the ground, left foot to the ground. Hang heavy. Take a couple rounds of breath here. Just letting go of that side. Letting go of that need for perfection. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back, high to low plank, flowing through. Remember, you can always skip it, going straight back to down dog. Take a deep breath in and an audible breath out. We'll move through the second side, sending your left leg high, toes point down, keeping the hips square. On your exhale, knee to nose, shift forward, keep the belly pulled in. On your inhale, extend the leg back up. This time, left knee to left tricep. Inhale, leg back up. This time we'll draw it across, left knee to right tricep. Stay here or fallen star. Left foot extends out, left hand roots. Keep pressing the earth away. If you did so, float the left foot for a moment. And then release, right hand to the ground. Use your core. Inhale, left leg high. And exhale, step it through, low lunge. Pyramid pose. Straighten both legs. Shorten your stance. Once again, option to use your blocks. Squaring the hips, left hip back, right hip forward. On your inhales, find length. On your exhales, fold. One more time, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Breathe here, tuning into the back of your left leg, your left hamstring. Shoulders soften away from the ears. Option to add on right hand roots down, lengthen in your spine, and then open your chest towards the left. Left hand can stay at the hip, or bringing the left fingertips reaching towards the sky. Keep reaching the crown of your head forward, gently twisting on the exhales. Take one more full breath here. Releasing back down, prepping yourself for half moon. Option to grab your block, bring weight into the left foot, and then start to float the right leg up to hip height. Flexing through the right foot, right hand to the hip or reach the fingertips towards the sky. You want the right side stacked directly over the left. Gaze down for balance or up for challenge. To add on, bend the right knee, taking a hold of the foot, kicking the foot into the hand. Maybe the left hand to heart center. If you fall out, that's okay. Just refocus. And then gently, without slingshotting, start to release. Right hand down, right foot to the ground. Hang heavy at the bottom. Gentle bend in the knees. Soften the muscles in your face. Returning to your breath. Just allowing yourself to let go. Taking your time, we'll make our way all the way down onto your seat. Slowly lower down. We'll come into half butterfly. Extend the right leg out, left foot in, and then twisting towards the right leg, sit tall, and on an exhale, gently start to walk the hands forward, folding in. Relax the head and neck. Maybe a gentle bend in the right knee. Just finding that edge, that place of sensation. Not too much, not too little. Take a few more full rounds of breath here. Taking your time, start to slowly roll back up. We'll switch sides, extending the left leg out, draw the right foot in. Sit tall, turn towards your left leg, and when you're ready, hinging from the hips, start to fold in. Remember, it doesn't matter where the hands land. Just finding your edge, your own personal expression in your practice. Letting go of that need for perfection and just being right here in the present moment, tuning into your body and into your breath. Take your time. Slowly start to roll back up. We'll make our way into straddle, so creating a V shape with the legs or maybe a little further. You can always elevate the hips with a blanket. Sitting tall, shoulders soft. You can stay there. Or start to walk the hands forward, maybe coming to the forearms or to a block. Maybe you start to extend the arms out, bringing the chest towards the ground. On your exhales, letting go of any tension, holding, or gripping. Notice where you start to bring that tension into the body. See if you can let it go on every exhale. Couple more rounds of breath. Take your time. Start to slowly walk the hands back in. Drawing the legs back together. You can give them a little shake, let it go. We'll make our way all the way back down onto our backs, lowering down, Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees butterfly open. Place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly. Finding a gentle opening in the hips. Taking this time to slow your practice down and really tune into the subtle. Noticing your own heartbeat, your own life force. Feeling the gentle rise and fall of the belly. Noticing the cooler air on the inhales, the warmer air on the exhales. On the inhales, feel the rise of the belly, and on the exhales, feeling the fall. Take your hands, close the knees, and draw them in towards the chest. Find a little rock side to side. Let it go. We'll come into a spinal twist. Either drop both knees towards the left or cross the right thigh over the left to deepen. Arms are out at shoulder height, straight or cactus. Gaze up or draw the chin towards the right. Eyes closed or soft gaze. Gently wringing out the body, rejuvenating the spine. Start to gently come back through center, unwind the legs. Either dropping both knees to the right or crossing the left thigh over the right for a deeper variation. Allowing the chin to drop towards the left, completing the twist into the cervical spine. Letting go of any lingering effort. Finding an easy, natural breath. Just being right here in the present moment. Noticing the space that we've created in our bodies and in our minds. Come back in through center. Draw the knees in, give them a final squeeze. On your inhale, forehead to knees. And on your exhale, final Shavasana. Taking up space, finding what feels best for you. Eyes closed or soft gaze. Feeling the support of the ground, relaxing fully and completely. Any thoughts, ideas, stories, just allow them to arise and then float on by. We'll be here for a little longer. I'll guide you out when it's time. If you're ready to move on with your day, deepen your breath and bring small movements into your body. When you're ready, float the arms overhead, take a full body stretch. And then gently rolling over to your favorite side. And then gently press yourself up. We'll find a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. Sit tall, bring hands to heart center, eyes closed. On your inhale, draw the breath in. And an open mouth exhale, let it all go. Thank you for joining me on the mat. Hope to practice with you again soon.